Hey everybody. I just read something from Sonic SatAMX93 or LaserX5 as he's known to some people, as they're known to some people. And they wanted to get something off the mind. And I even talked about this, way back, in my videos. Where I talked about something similar. But basically, I'll provide a link down below, but this is kind of a rebuttal. Basically, he feels that, or basically they feel that this whole story arc that's been going on with Ian Flynn, that Ian Flynn has done in the Sonic comic books, has been nothing more than an attention getter. That all the controversy that he's come up with for this story has been nothing more than an excuse to get attention. But the question is that true? Is that true? Is that the case? Because this is what they say right here. I'm pretty sure I don't know if you guys can read that very well. But this is what he says. I'm going to point out some things. He's basically asking if people think Ian did this all on purpose. And when on purpose, laser means writing stories as controversial and eye-arcing as possible in order to get the fans talking about what he's done. Or basically about what he's done. And they give an example. This is what they give an example. They say, think about it. The most talked about stuff in media today is not stuff that's the most loved or or even the most hated, but stuff that causes a huge controversy, splitting people up on an issue. For example, WWE's got this whole Jack Swagger storyline, this whole Jack Swagger Zeb Coulter storyline going on, and people find it controversial, and there's an example there. And then they go into saying, then they go on to talk about the whole. Basically, then they say, let's talk about the whole controversial Sega-fine redesign of this beloved SatAM cast. And then he says this. He points this out, that there is a rumor going around that Sega forced Ian to write a story to have them get a complete redesign. So, if for the record that is true, there were certainly better ways to go about it. And basically what Laser is saying there is, if it was Sega, not Ian, as Ian has said, but Sega themselves that has told Ian, hey, we want if you want to keep these characters in the book, you gotta make them like the characters in the games, or like if they were in the games. If that is the case, folks, this is what Laser says. Laser kind of says that there could have been better means of doing it. Laser said, basically, that he could have came up with different designs that didn't have the cast, the SatAM cast, go through what they've done or what they've been put through, like with Sally situation, Bunny's situation, Antoine's. They all could have easily been avoided, if you will, and done in a way that, yes, people would still talk about it, maybe complain, but wouldn't be as much as they are now. But is that the case? Is that the case? And he does bring up that fans will defend what Ian is doing as being what's best for the comic and stuff. And and they got Laser, I know you'll watch this. They have a right to their opinion. Laser, Sonic, SatAMX93, they have a right to their opinion. Basically, this is what he says. He says, Ian's fans will give you the impression Ian is doing his best and wants to please the fan base to the best of his ability. And that is true. A head writer does want to do that. You got to admit that. But then he adds this. But is writing controversial stuff, especially if it's intentional, really sound like someone who has the best interest at heart? See, he's just thinking, okay, Ian's wrote this controversial, as they put it, 2-year story arc. And is he doing it for for the fans, or is he doing it for other means? Now, he says that in his book, they don't. He says a good writer, in his opinion, will not try and pull cheap gimmicks and stunts to get the fans talking, even pulling stuff out of his hide when writing himself into a corner, as he's done recently with a certain plant to de-roboticize Sally. Or at least attempt to. Because remember, and Sonic SatAM, you know this. Ian will probably hear about this and probably say something along the lines of, maybe, maybe not, when it comes to the plant solution. And then he points out the plant from issue 1. And then he says at the end that it's just his opinion, and that for anybody that defends Ian, to go watch some sci-fi films that were considered masterpieces by critics and fans alike first, and compare the two. And then come back and tell him Ian is doing the best job possible. So basically what they're stating is, in their opinion, this whole story arc that was written was done by Ian Flynn, was done as nothing more than a story arc of controversy that would be controversial, gain a lot of attention, get people talking, and, as he puts it, allow Ian to stroke his ego. Be something for Ian to stroke his ego by. But the question is he right? I mean, he has a right to his opinion, as he says here. And again, I'll provide a link down below so you guys can read the whole thing. But is someone like Sonic SatAMX93 right? I know, like he mentioned, there will be people that will defend what Ian has done. And they have a right to that opinion too. I totally respect that. But the thing is, in his opinion, is LaserX5, aka SatAMX93 or Sonic SatAMX93, is he right in his opinion? Let me know what you guys think. I'll provide the link down below. Comment if you like. And I'll talk to you later. God bless. Peace out.